Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. What is a friend? A single soul dwelling in two bodies. Educating the mind without educating the heart is no education at all. Hope is a waking dream. No great mind has ever existed without a touch of madness. Excellence is never an accident. It is always the result of high intention, sincere effort, and intelligent execution. Wishing to be friends is quick work, but friendship is a slow ripening fruit. Happiness is the meaning and the purpose of life, the whole aim and end of human existence. Patience is bitter, but its fruit is sweet. The educated differ from the uneducated as much as the living differ from the dead. He who has overcome his fears will truly be free. Whosoever is delighted in solitude is either a wild beast or a god. Poverty is the parent of revolution and crime. It is not enough to win a war, it is more important to organize the peace. The antidote for 50 enemies is one friend. Pleasure in the job puts perfection in the work. The high-minded man must care more for the truth than for what people think. To write well, express yourself like the common people, but think like a wise man. Learning is not child's play, we cannot learn without pain. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Never sleep with someone who doesn't want to show up on the street with you. For the things we have to learn before we can do them, we learn by doing them. It is not always the same thing to be a good man and a good citizen. All human actions have one or more of these 7 causes: chance, nature, compulsion, habit, reason, passion, and desire. The energy of the mind is the essence of life. It is during our darkest moments that we must focus to see the light. He who cannot be a good follower cannot be a good leader. Without friends, no one would want to live, even if he had all other goods. Dignity does not consist in possessing honors, but in the consciousness that we deserve them. Nature does nothing uselessly. Wise men speak when they have something to say, fools speak because they have to say something. Learning is an ornament in prosperity, a refuge in adversity, and a provision in old age. Great men are always, of a nature originally melancholy. Character may almost be called the most effective means of persuasion. Fear is pain arising from the anticipation of evil. To lead an orchestra, you must turn your back on the crowd. The beginning is the most important part of the work. Human behavior flows from three main sources: desire, emotion, and knowledge. There are three classes of men: lovers of wisdom, lovers of honor, and lovers of gain. You should not honor men more than truth. There are two things a person should never be angry at: what they can help, and what they cannot. The madness of love is the greatest of heaven's blessings. Education is teaching our children to desire the right things. Ignorance, the root and stem of every evil. The measure of a man is what he does with power. Good people do not need laws to tell them to act responsibly, while bad people will find a way around the laws. Never discourage anyone who continually makes progress, no matter how slow. The heaviest penalty for declining to rule is to be ruled by someone inferior to yourself. The price good men pay for indifference to public affairs is to be ruled by evil men. Only the dead have seen the end of war. We can easily forgive a child who is afraid of the dark. The real tragedy of life is when men are afraid of the light. Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a harder battle. An empty vessel makes the loudest sound, so that they have the least wit are the greatest babblers. Good actions give strength to ourselves and inspire good actions in others. A hero is born among 100, a wise man is found among 1,000, but an accomplished one might not be found, even among 100,000 men. There is in every one of us, even those who seem to be most moderate, a type of desire that is terrible, wild, and lawless. Excellence is not a gift, but a skill that takes practice. We do not act rightly because we are excellent. In fact, we achieve excellence by acting rightly. For this feeling of wonder shows that you are a philosopher, since wonder is the only beginning of philosophy. Any man may easily do harm, but not every man can do good to another. For to fear death, my friends, is only to think ourselves wise, without really being wise, for it is to think that we know what we do not know. For no one knows whether death may not be the greatest good that can happen to man. Reality is created by the mind. We can change our reality by changing our mind. States will never be happy until rulers become philosophers, or philosophers become rulers. The wise man will want to be ever with him who is better than himself. The evil never attains to any real friendship, either with good or evil. Never forgive a friend who betrayed you once, he will betray you again. The word friend is common, the fact is rare. The creative soul creates not children, but conceptions of wisdom and virtue. Every heart sings a song, incomplete, until another heart whispers back. Hope you all. The only true wisdom is, in knowing you, know nothing. The unexamined life is not worth living. I cannot teach anybody anything. I can only make them think. There is only one good, knowledge, and one evil, ignorance. Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a hard battle. Strong minds discuss ideas, average minds discuss events, weak minds discuss people. Wonder is the beginning of wisdom. To find yourself, think for yourself. Education is the kindling of a flame, not the filling of a vessel. By all means marry. If you get a good wife, you'll become happy. If you get a bad one, you'll become a philosopher. He who is not contented with what he has, would not be contented with what he would like to have. Be slow to fall into friendship, but when you are in, continue firm and constant. Sometimes you put walls up, not to keep people out, but to see who cares enough to break them down. The secret of happiness, you see, is not found in seeking more, but in developing the capacity to enjoy less. Contentment is natural wealth, luxury is artificial poverty. Contentment is natural wealth, luxury is artificial poverty. Employ your time in improving yourself, by other men's writings, so that you shall come easily, by what others have labored hard for. The hour of departure has arrived, and we go our separate ways, I to die, and you to live. Which of these two is better only God knows. True wisdom comes to each of us when we realize how little we understand about life, ourselves, and the world around us. The beginning of wisdom is a definition of terms. If a man is proud of his wealth, he should not be praised until it is known how he employs it. I only wish that ordinary people had an unlimited capacity for doing harm, then they might have an unlimited power for doing good. Our prayers should be for blessings, in general, for God knows best what is good for us. The hottest love has the coldest end. The way to gain a good reputation is to endeavor to be what you desire to appear. Nature has given us 2 ears, 2 eyes, and but 1 tongue to the end that we should hear and see more than we speak. In childhood, be modest, in youth temperate, in adulthood just, and in old age prudent. Death may be the greatest of all human blessings. The comic and the tragic lie inseparably close, like light and shadow. The unexamined life is not worth living. Worthless people love only to eat and drink, people of worth eat and drink only to live. From the deepest desires often come the deadliest hate. False words are not only evil in themselves, but they infect the soul with evil. Life contains but 2 tragedies. One is not to get your heart's desire, the other is to get it. To fear death, my friends, is only to think ourselves wise, without being wise, for it is to think that we know what we do not know. For anything that men can tell, death may be the greatest good that can happen to them, but they fear it as if they knew quite well that it was the greatest of evils. And what is this, but that shameful ignorance of thinking that we know what we do not know? Give me beauty in the inward soul, may the outward and the inward man be at one. Remember, no human condition is ever permanent. Then you will not be overjoyed in good fortune, nor too scornful in misfortune. Hope you all liked the video. A lot of work has been put in this work. For more videos, like and subscribe.